Hello, I'm Captain Pat May, FedEx MEC Negotiating Chair. With me today are Captain Rich Brown of the Negotiating Committee and Captain Kevin Biggins, R&I Chair. This is the second of two videos created to provide details on Section 28, Retirement Improvements negotiated in the Tentative Agreement. In this video, we'll provide you with an explanation of what a cash balance plan is and more information about the specific plan features of our market-based cash balance plan. We'll discuss how the plan is funded and how the pilot will be able to track an account balance. Also, we will dig deeper into the market-based feature, identifying how the plan is invested and by whom. We'll discuss the specific features unique to this plan, such as our long-term disability provisions, payment options, and in-service distributions. Lastly, we'll discuss who is eligible to transition into the market-based cash balance plan and provide more details regarding the transition elements. Kevin, can you step us through what generically makes up a market-based cash balance plan?
Market-based cash balance plans are a subset of cash balance plans and have many beneficial features. To start, it is a tax-qualified defined benefit plan. It will not interfere with your PRSP contributions, and it is subject to the rules of ERISA, and it includes a vesting period. The vesting period for our plan is 3 years. The benefits accrued are insured by the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, just like our legacy pension. A notional account is established for each participant, which makes tracking your individual balance easier, but there is only one pension trust for all the account assets. This trust was negotiated to be separate and apart from the current legacy trust, and it will be a standalone market-based cash balance plan trust for the pilots. While the market-based cash balance plan is a defined benefit plan, it has some defined contribution characteristics. These include plan funding through company contributions or compensation credits, which are a percentage of pensionable earnings. The compensation credits are tax deferred to the pilot. The contribution amount made by the company is 11% up to the IRS annual limit. In 2023, the IRS compensation limit is $330,000. This limit is reviewed annually and indexed in $5,000 increments. For example, this year, if the plan were in place, a potential total deferred employer contribution between the defined benefit and defined contribution plans would be $66,000. The company will be the sole fiduciary of the market-based cash balance plan. The compensation credits will be deposited into the trust and invested in accordance with the plan's investment policy statement. These investments produce variable market-based interest credits, which are then applied to the plan balance. The compensation credits will be credited quarterly, and the interest credits will be credited monthly. The initial asset allocation will be established with a forecasted investment return of at least 6.5% on a 10-year projected basis. Market-based cash balance plans allow the pilot the ability to monitor their own account balance, which includes their notional compensation credits and their interest credits. There are other important features that have been negotiated. Rich will now explain.
Any pilot, including those on disability, who has a date of hire prior to the effective date of this agreement, will be eligible to make a one-time choice to participate in either the market-based cash balance plan or the legacy plan. Pilots hired on or after the effective date of the agreement will be participants in the market-based cash balance plan. Pilots electing the market-based cash balance plan will have their FAE limit in the legacy pension increased to $290,000. They will continue to accrue earnings for their higher $290,000 FAE limit and vesting service. The pilot's years of service in the legacy pension will be frozen upon entry into the market-based cash balance plan. Let's work through a hypothetical example. A pilot has 12 years of service and a high five of $210,000 when the pilot elects to participate in the market-based cash balance plan in May 2024 during the election period. Upon entry into the market-based cash balance plan in January 2025, the pilot's years of service are frozen at 13, and they begin to receive compensation credits in the market-based cash balance plan. However, all pensionable earnings continue to accrue and will be used in final average earnings calculations. Assuming this pilot accrues a high five of $290,000, their benefit would include a calculation that would multiply the pilot's frozen 13 years of service times the pilot's high five of $290,000 times 2%. This would equate to a pension benefit of $75,400. This would be in addition to whatever benefits the pilot accrued during the remainder of their career while participating in the market-based cash balance plan. Other important plan design features include LTD benefit accruals. A pilot who is receiving 60% LTD benefits will receive a compensation credit of 15.6%, and a pilot who is receiving 50% LTD benefits will receive an 18.7% compensation credit, rather than the normal 11% compensation credit. This essentially allows a pilot who is on LTD to continue to accrue compensation credits equivalent to 85% of those who are not on LTD. The pilots on LTD will have pensionable earning calculated in the same manner as they are for the LTD benefit. A hypothetical pilot whose pre-disability income for LTD benefit calculation purposes is $275,000 and is receiving 60% LTD benefits would have an annual compensation credit of $25,740, subject to the IRS limits. This is very different than the current legacy plan LTD benefit, which allows you to accrue only longevity and vesting. Pilots who are returning from military leave will also receive benefit accruals consistent with the settlement agreement from December 9, 2008. Although there is a normal retirement age in the plan, a pilot may take a full distribution upon separation of service at any time. However, this does not preclude a pilot from deferring a benefit commencement beyond the normal retirement age. If that occurs, the interest credit will serve as the actuarial increase for the delayed retirement commencement. The market-based cash balance plan also allows for an in-service distribution as well. Those distributions are available beginning at age 59 and a half, which is the lowest age allowed by law. The in-service distribution is allowed once per plan year and requires the withdrawal of all accrued benefits in the pilot's market-based cash balance plan account. The plan also addresses situations where a pilot dies before retirement. If a pilot predeceases their benefit election, the pilot's beneficiary will be entitled to receive the pilot's full market-based cash balance plan account balance. In the market-based cash balance plan, the pilot's spouse could also elect to receive the balance as a 100% lump sum payment in lieu of the annuity.
As a quick summary, the new market-based cash balance plan will be an optional pension choice for pilots on the property prior to the effective date of the agreement. There will be an election period after ratification of this TA that is designed to provide you with the financial tools and education necessary to make an election. The market-based cash balance plan is funded by the company at 11% of pensionable earnings. Pensionable earnings are subject to the IRS compensation limit, but that limit adjusts up with inflation. For example, in 2022, the compensation limit was $305,000, and in 2023, the limit increased to $330,000. Other than the IRS limit, there are no years of service or other contractual caps on this plan. The primary method for benefit distribution is a lump sum, but the plan also allows for an annuity if the pilot elects that option. The full account balance is portable and also provides for a 100% survivor lump sum. The pilot may also elect to take an early in-service total account balance distribution beginning at 59 and a half and continue working. The market-based cash balance plan is a tax-qualified pension and has PBGC insurance protections. As a reminder, please visit fdxta.com if you're looking for more resources such as the source documents, FAQs, or the TA highlights document. On behalf of the entire negotiating committee and our subject matter experts, thank you for taking the time to consider the tentative agreement in its entirety.